in Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, there are 7 ideas or habits to becoming a successful person. Habit number 1 is be proactive. Do you know someone who always complains? The electricity bill is too high. Education costs are too expensive. That is a reactive person. Reactive people's feelings depend on external events they have no control over. If you put a fire under a reactive person's hand, they would probably complain about how much it burns. A proactive person, on the other hand, would move their hand away from the fire. Sure, I may be exaggerating a bit, but it happens all the time. A lot of people complain about something when they could be using their time coming up with a solution. Proactive people may have the initial reaction when something happens. Oh no, there's a fire under my hand. But they quickly use it as a motivator to doing something about it. Habit number 2 is begin with the end in mind. Like most people, I used to go with the flow. I would wake up, go to school, and get a degree without really thinking much about it because that's just the normal thing to do. But if you want to be highly effective, you have to begin with the end in mind. For me, getting a degree just seemed like the most logical thing to do from the way I was brought up. But was it really required to get into the career I wanted? How could I get into that career without the degree if I had to? Those were questions I never asked. University was where I gained the majority of my independence and networking skills, so I never really regretted that experience. But in terms of actual academic education, I could have learned more by reading 10 books than all 4 years of undergrad. So it really depends on what your goals are. Start questioning why you are doing something. Begin with the end in mind. Habit number 3 is put first things first. Out of the 7 habits, this was by far the most simple yet most difficult for me. We all spend time doing things that are not moving us forward. Sometimes I catch myself going on a YouTube video marathon when I should be doing something more important. Start getting into the habit of eliminating tasks that are not in line with your goals. Someone once said, "Don't be stingy with your money. Be stingy with your time. Money you can always make back, but time is gone forever." A tip that has worked well for me is to always get enough sleep. Our willpower is stronger when we are well rested. Also, do the important things in the morning while our willpower is at a maximum. Habit number 4 is think win-win. Let's say I decide to hire someone to do my video animations. Let's assume that the average cost of animating a video is $300, but I am only paying the animator $250. That's an example of a win-lose situation. If she does take on the job, she probably wouldn't be too happy and would leave as soon as she finds another job willing to pay her $300. All win-lose situations end up being lose-lose situations. What if instead I paid her $350, which is $50 more than the average? I'm still making money from the video, so it becomes a win-win situation. The reason why win-lose situations don't work is because people are not stupid. They will eventually realize that they have the short end of the stick, and they will leave. When we create win-win situations, however, we still have something to gain, and we can repeat the process to create even more profits. Costco understood the concept of win-win. They pay their staff higher than average wages, and they even offer health benefits to part-time employees. They are making less profits than if they were to pay the staff minimum wage, but they make it all back from their ability to rapidly increase the number of stores, since their employee satisfaction and retention rates are higher. In other words, they make the money back from not having to waste time hiring new people to replace unhappy employees who quit. Habit number 5 is seek first to understand, then to be understood. Let's say I wrote a book and I told you to buy my book because I spent a lot of time on it. It probably wouldn't persuade you to buy it because I didn't attempt to understand what you have to gain from buying my book. When we understand the other person and put ourselves in their shoes, we are able to find the reasons they would benefit from buying our book. If you were telling a family member who cares about you about your new book and that you spent a lot of time on it, they would probably buy it because you understand that they care about you and they would support you in the things you do. But what if it was someone you just met? They probably wouldn't care about you as much as a family member. So how could you use what they've given you to persuade them to buy your book? More importantly, would they benefit from buying your book? Because remember, win-win. If they don't benefit from buying your book, then by all means don't make the deal. Understand the other person first, and you will be understood. Habit number 6 is synergize. The concept of synergy is simple. 2 heads are better than 1. If there are 2 people and they're both too short to reach an apple, if one person climbs on top of the other, they can reach it, and their combined efforts would give them more than their individual efforts. I know, it seems like common sense, but let me just put it into perspective to show you just how powerful synergy is. Let's say I meet a product designer with 15 years of experience, and she helps me create a product I can sell. The advice from her is the same as having to spend 15 years myself learning about product design. Now, let's say I meet a web marketer who also has 15 years of experience, and he shows me how to sell my product internationally. I now have 30 years of experience in my arsenal from just working with 2 people. The world's most successful businesses have teams like that one. When Mark Zuckerberg created Facebook, he had a specialized team that would work together every night to create new ideas. We only have a set amount of time in our lives to acquire certain skills, but our ability to synergize with others is unlimited. Habit number 7 is sharpen the saw. The idea of sharpening the saw means to always become a better person. Whether it's through attaining new knowledge, experiencing new environments, or maintaining and improving our health. Always strive to be a better person than you were yesterday. In the book, The Richest Man in Babylon, one of the secrets to attaining wealth is to always increase your capacity to earn. The same principle goes beyond money. Are you a more valuable person than you were yesterday? Read books. Learn about what you're good at. Keep your body healthy. Sharpen the saw. That was The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like it if you do, it only takes a fraction of a second. And subscribe to my channel to see new videos like this one every Sunday.